So I think the key really is, we just got to keep learning, certainly from our part. And I hope that you will also continue to be open and to allow us to learn from you as well. And hopefully that process, I think, allows all of us to just move forward.
What should we make of the 50 contributors to this book who say what they think to your face? I believe these are true friends and loving critics. Your collective thoughts are timely. I'm confident your views will trigger in-depth conversations.
Relook at education and see it as a building block for something better for the future, rather than just get a job.
I think it should have more confidence that it can be a little bit chaotic, a little bit unorganized, because that is where innovations happen.
The world is too big for us just to have a little mind. So by giving our thought not only to our country but also to the world, I think that's what most important for us, especially the alumni of SIF.
So it was then my first experience of SIF magic in bringing Singaporeans and global communities together to promote understanding, to build friendship.
There is a lack of ASEAN consciousness and the awareness of the possibilities of ASEAN among the younger generation.
Building that sort of the social capital, the sense of empathy for others and wanting to do something about it.
This is our 50th anniversary. We call it SG50, and one of the things that many people want to talk about is what happened in the next 50 years.
Strengthening a national identity. Singapore is changing so fast, it's easy for heritage to disappear and not really have that strength.
NGOs like yourself and ones in the United States that partner together and concentrate their energy and focus on issues that we think are most pressing.
You can loosen up. Don't have the rules that apply to journalists that are sort of constrictive.
To quote the Great Britain campaign, we would like to think that friendships are great. That's why we bring on board this panel many British friends.
Breed a community that is much more comfortable with taking much more significant risks.
How we not just communicate Singapore as a great place for business, but having more of an impact on global culture and global creativity as well.
Singapore is a little red dot. It's a very small country, but we are big if you are big-hearted. Why? Because when people come through Singapore and leave Singapore with a positive experience, they have friends here, and as you said, there are a lot of fans around the world. That makes Singapore big, and that has to be our strength.
This has been a year-long of dialogues. Started early this year, we had the first dialogue in Singapore itself. Then we moved on to Bandung, Indonesia. Then it was off to KL. Today we're here in DC. Next month we're in London. And then we end off the year back in Singapore, pulling together all the great ideas that we gathered from friends of Singapore.